It is now time for weather with Nebraska Extension Ag climatologist and Market Journal Chief Meteorologist Al Dutcher. Well, Al, we've seen some snow accumulation across most of the state over the past couple of weeks. How are things shaping up in the weeks ahead?
Well, Bryce, we've seen a fairly snowy pattern across the western one-third of the United States with those upper air lows coming out of the Gulf of Alaska into the western United States, and Nebraska shared in some of that snowfall, although not as much as was initially anticipated for the storm that came in New Year's Eve. But this second storm that hit the southwestern portion of the state in the southern panhandle Wednesday through Thursday morning dropped anywhere from 3 upwards to 9 inches reported in the very extreme southwestern corner of the state. So first decent, real significant snow moisture event for that portion of the state that we've seen this winter. We've seen a lot much colder air to the north of us, and I wish I could show you the latest model runs for this upcoming week, but our data provider was having some issues in terms of delivering that package to us, so we don't have the graphics available. I will say that from a perspective of looking at the models on different various sites, it looks like we're going to be basically dry for this next week, with the coldest air coming in as we go into Sunday, and then potentially as we get into late next week, we'll start to see another cool down, although it does not at this time appear to be Arctic in nature, although it will bring us back to more normal temperatures. So enjoy this brief warm up. Maybe this is our January thaw. I expect as we go to the end of the month, we're going to see once again more active weather develop in the western United States, which will eventually transfer in to the central part of the United States in the form of probably snow, maybe if we're lucky, a little bit of rain. So let's take a look at what we might see in regards to the remainder of this month and what we might see as we go into the spring. So from a perspective of what we've seen the last 2 weeks in our absence, we've had good moisture in the eastern Corn Belt, excellent moisture in the western United States. In fact, we're seeing snow levels in the Sierra region just to the west of Tahoe that are running right now close to the second highest snow total for this point of the season in historical precedence. It'll probably drop a little bit when we get these dry conditions, but if we get a couple more atmospheric river events, we're probably looking at a very significant runoff potential for this region come this spring. In terms of temperatures, of course, the Arctic air has been bottled up to the north of the border. It's starting to make its way southward. The most dominant feature is the very cold temperatures across Montana and North Dakota. We've been kind of sharing the warmth and the cold, so we're right here within the average range in the warmer conditions to our south and east. As we look at the forecast that was updated New Year's Day from CPC, we're seeing an extension of the below normal temperatures and a southern drift of those. So there's very strong possibility that what we've seen for Arctic air already will likely reemerge once we get some storm activity coming into the west coast and able to tap that Arctic air that resides up into the Yukon territory. In terms of precipitation, very aggressive moisture pattern for the eastern Corn Belt is still projected. If this occurs, we are going to see some issues when it comes time for planting season, and above normal moisture over the northern Rockies. This may be very good news for those areas downstream, particularly as we get into the early summer period. In terms of temperatures, we're still seeing very warm temperatures across the southern United States, and we're seeing a shrinkage of that below normal temperatures to our northwest, which would signify to me that probably March will be the coldest and we'll start to see a warmer trend. So overall, looks to me like we're going to see more of a normal winter with a little bit more cold coming in the earlier part of the winter, as I've said before, compared to last winter. So those of you like that cold weather, enjoy it. It's going to be back real soon.